Morning guys, and welcome to YogaEveryHour. My name is Jason, aka Calisthenics Genetics, and this morning we are learning Ashtanga. So over the past 5 weeks, we've been running through the different parts of Ashtanga, the sun salutation A, sun salutation B, the standing sequence, the seated sequence, and we are going to move on to the finishing sequence today. We will finish off the seated sequence as we didn't get through that last session. We'll be running through that today and also again on Saturday. And then in weeks 7 and 8, I'm going to put together sort of a beginner's version of a primary series. And we'll continue to do that on a weekly basis. I have to tell you, I am still a yogi in training, so I'm not yet a teacher. So if you do join in, it's at your own risk. I'll just show you what we're getting up to today after our sun salutations. So we're moving on to that. For the sun salutations, what I'll do, I will run through the first one in detail. I'll slow down. I'll give beginner variations. And then what I'll do, I'll sort of just run through it at a normal speed. So if you can all stand at the front of your mat in Samastitiki. Samastitiki is standing with your feet together, big toes touch on heels and ankles slightly apart. For an intermediate, you might want to just make a little gap. For a beginner, make a bigger gap, just according to your shoulders, according to your hips. You sort of want to be standing straight, fingertips facing to the mat, chin parallel with the mat. Just like to check in with the core. This want to help you get into poses. You can sort of contract the lower abs as well. Tailbone's neither tilted out or in, it's just natural. Just take a couple of breaths here. And then we'll make a start with our first sun salutation here. Okay, inhale the arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Remember, bend your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen the spine, so straighten the back, lengthening the spine. Hands come to the mat, we step the right foot back, we step the left foot back. If you can't hold your plank position and lower down through chaturanga, you want to drop your knees here, take a bend at the elbows, keeping the elbows tucked in, come down here, and then inhale, rolling onto the top of your feet into your cobra position. So you've got cobra, you have baby cobra if that is too hard, but you can also take the upward facing dog where your thighs come off the mat. Tucking the toes, exhaling back into downward facing dog. Remember, you can bend your knees as much as you need to here. You want to be pushing down, shoulders, chest, spreading the hands wide, fingertips wide. And then on your first downward facing dog, so we do 5 breaths in each downward facing dog in the sun salutations. First one, I just like to pedal my feet just to loosen off the calves, loosen off the hamstrings. You need to swivel to the side a little bit. You'll feel it in your glutes, in your lats. And 5, inhale, look ahead, lengthen. You want to just squat down here, and then we step the right foot, and we step the left foot between the hands. Lengthen the spine again. So look ahead, lengthening the spine there. Exhaling, falling forward. And then slowly coming up, inhaling all the way up. Look up, arms up, and then exhale the hands to heart center into Samastitiki. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, look ahead, lengthen the spine. Hands to the mat, step the right foot, step the left foot back into your upper plank. Lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five, inhale, looking ahead, squat, jump, or step your feet between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. Arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, step the right foot, step the left foot, and exhale, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. Five. Inhale, looking ahead, squatting, step or jump between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands to the mat, step the right foot, step the left foot. Exhale, lowering down through Chaturanga. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet, upward facing dog. Tuck in your toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Inhale, looking ahead, squat. Remember, step or jump between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. Arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. 5th and final round of your Surya Namaskar here. Inhale, your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat. Step or jump back. Exhale, lower down into Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five. Inhale, look ahead, squat, jump or step the feet between your hands. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, coming all the way up. Arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samasthiti. Take a rest if you need to. Take a drink. So your resting pose, you want to come into child's pose, which is like this. If at any point you feel like you need to take this pose, please do so. I'm going to take a drink and then we'll make a start with Surya Namaskar B. Should have checked this at the beginning, but I'm going to check my audio is coming through on Yoga Every Hour. I did do a test event before we started. I'll just make sure. And we are live. Just double checking. Awesome. Okay, please come to the front of your mat, standing in Samasthiti. We're going to move on to Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Same again with the first one. I will go through it quite slowly, and then I will change it to a normal speed. So, standing in Samasthiti, remember big toes touching, heels and ankles slightly apart. For a beginner or intermediate, make a little bit of a gap. Beginner want to make wider gap, probably around your hips width. Okay, bit of a tricky one this if you've never done this before. What I say is squat, suck the belly in, tilt the tailbone there, inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, you fold forward and you straighten your legs at the same time. Then it's look ahead, lengthen the spine again. Hands come to the mat, we step back again, right foot, left foot. Same again with your chaturanga. If you can go down, go down. If not, drop the knees, take a bend in the elbows, lower down. Remember, keeping those elbows tucked into the side. Inhale, roll onto the top of your feet into your cobra position. And then tuck your toes, exhale into downward facing dog. Our first two downward facing dogs, you want to take 5 breaths in sun salutation B. It's you step the right foot forward on the first one, and then the left foot comes to a 45 degree. You're going to be strong in the back leg. Whichever foot is at the front, whichever leg's at the front, you want the knee to be over the top of the ankle. Hips facing towards the front, and we're going to take our warrior here. Inhale the arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the right foot back, and then we go through chaturanga again. Remember, if you need to do alterations, you do. Take your cobra, take your baby cobra if you need to, and then exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward, moving on to the left side. Same again with the back foot. You want to be, back leg, back foot. You want to be strong here in the back leg. Hips are facing towards the front again, always to the front of the mat. The knee, the leg, the foot that's at the front of the mat, this knee wants to be over the ankle, remember. Then we inhale, warrior here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back, and then lower down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we take our 5 breaths. Five. Inhale, looking ahead. Jump or step your feet between your hands. Step the right foot. Step the left foot. Lengthen the spine again. Exhale, fold forward. While we're in this folding forward position, so our legs are bent pretty much still. What you want to do here is gently just sit into the pose. And as you come up, suck your belly in. You can tilt this tailbone. You can still see those toes there. Inhale your arms up into your chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center as you straighten your legs and finish in Samastitiki. So I'm going to run through the next 4 of those at a normal speed. Remember, it's squat, suck the belly in, tailbone, inhale your arms up, exhale, fold forward, inhale, lengthen, hands to the mat, step back, lower down through chaturanga, inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, tucking the toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, step the right foot forward, left foot 45 degree angle. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower back down through chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Moving on to the left side, we step the left foot forward, the right foot comes to a 45 degree angle, and we're strong in the back leg. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step the left foot back, lower down through your chaturanga, inhale, up dog, tuck the toes, exhale, down dog, 5 breaths. And 5, inhale, looking ahead, squat, jump or step your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine, exhale, fold forward. From your folded forward position, sit back into your chair pose, sucking the belly in, tilting this tailbone. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. into Samastiti. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, arms up, look up, exhale, fall forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands come to the mat, step back, or jump back if you like, and lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, tucking the toes, exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward into your warrior ear, arms up, look up, exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog, tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Moving on to the left side, inhale the left foot forward, right foot to a 45-degree angle. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tucking the toes, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. And 5. Inhale, looking ahead, squat, jump or step your feet between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, folding forward. And then inhale, taking our chair pose, sitting back, sucking the belly in, tilting the tailbone, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center, straighten the legs into Samastiti. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hands to the mat, jump, step back. Exhale, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot forward. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale, step the left foot forward. The right comes to a 45-degree angle. Hips facing towards the front. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step the left foot back, lower down to your Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths here. Five. Inhale, looking ahead. Jump or step your feet between your hands. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. In the folding forward position, remember sit back, sucking the belly in as you come up a little, tilting that tailbone so you can still see those toes. Inhale your arms up into your chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, straighten the legs into Samastiti. 5th and final round of your Surya Namaskar B, Sun Salutation B. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in. Tilt the tailbone, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands to the mat, jump or step back. And exhale, lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Tucking the toes, exhale, down dog. Inhale, the right foot comes forward to the front of the mat. Arms up, look up. Warrior here. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back. Lower down through Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Tucking the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left foot forward. The right foot comes to a 45-degree angle. Inhale your arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. 5 breaths. 5. Inhale, look ahead, jump or step your feet between your hands, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squat, suck the belly in, tilt the tailbone, arms up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center into Samastiti. Guys, take a rest in your child's pose. Take a drink if you need to. And what we're going to do, we're going to move on to where we finished up to on Saturday. So we've done boat pose, Navasana with the 5 times in the lift. And then, yeah, we didn't get much further than that, did we, on it? So what I would like to do, Amit, is run through the rest of the seated sequence and then move on to the finishing sequence. If there's anything that you think we shouldn't do for a beginner, we'll just leave it out, because some of these poses are quite advanced. Okay. So to get into that one, we're going to move on. We're going to start with this one, Amit. How do I pronounce that one again? Ujjayi. Ujjayi. Okay. Ujjayi. Okay. Arm pressure pose. Okay. So generally we would have run through, jump back, jump through, and we would be in our downward facing dog. So to get into your downward facing dog, come to a tabletop position. Wrists want to be under the shoulders, knees want to be under the hips, tuck your toes, kick back, downward facing dog. Now we would look ahead and we squat, and then this time we don't step the hands between the feet, between the hands, and then come outside. So, and then what you can do for a beginner, what I would maybe advise is just try and bring your feet here and don't try and cross them. This would be okay for a beginner. If you've got the strength, the flexibility, the mobility, you can try and cross your feet here. And let's see if I've got the strength to do it, and then lift off the floor like so. 5 breaths here. Five. And then what you do here, you would jump back to chaturanga. If you can extend your legs out and round, that's great. I can't do that, definitely not. So generally you extend your legs out here, bring them round and jump back to your chaturanga. We exhale, we lower down. Inhale, roll forward, upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then again, inhale, look ahead, jumping on the outside. And then sit down. Moving on. So the pose here is called Kurmasana. And that translates to, what does that translate to, Amit? Turtle pose, tortoise pose. Okay, I can see why. Okay, so for a beginner, what I would maybe advise to do is, for a beginner, we generally just want to be falling forward, really, don't we? And you can sit on a block as well. Okay, so let's say you were sat on a block. I'm going to attempt to go into the full pose here just to show you what it looks like. For a beginner, what I want you to do is just inhale your arms up, look up, and then exhale, fold forward, and just take this position here for a beginner. This is fine. For myself, I'm going to try and get into the full pose. And again, if you've never done this before, I'd maybe not advise to do it right now. I would do it under while you were with a teacher. So what I want to do here is just, so my legs aren't fully extended out, aren't fully wide. Sort of, would you say as wide as my mat, Amit, or maybe a little bit wider? Yeah, a little bit wider. And then the idea is to create some space here and then fold forward. I really have to work myself down for this, and then case of so ideally my legs would be straight and I would be closer to the floor. My chest, my chin would be on the floor. 5 breaths here. And 5. What I'm going to do here is just walk my hands backwards behind me. Beginners, you can just release out of this pose. And then what we do here is slowly walk 1 foot over and the other. And this is called Supta. So Supta Kurma Asana. Kurmasana. First one is Kurmasana, this one's Supta Kurmasana. And then you would be sleeping turtle pose. 5 breaths. To get out of this, the easiest way is just to walk. Let's the foot that's over the top of the other one. Literally just walk that out to the side, release your arm, then just lean over to the side, release the other arm, and take it out. Now we would move on to a back jump through. Is that right, Amit? So jump back, jump through. Generally hands down by your side, but if you're a beginner, hands out in front of you, come forward and just extend your legs back out. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tuck the toes, exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look ahead, squat, and then you can just jump again, and then just sit down. Or you can do the full jump back, jump through if you're comfortable with that. Okay, moving on to this pose, it's called Garba. Sorry, Amit? Garba Pindasana. And for this one, so for a beginner's version, Amit, so you can either take lotus. If you can do lotus, then very good for you. I can't. I can sort of do a half lotus. But for this one, I'm actually just going to cross my legs. So beginners, if you want to just cross your legs here. And then Amit, what is my next guidance? Like, yeah. So cross my legs. Okay, for this one, so if we were in lotus, well, that's quite advanced actually. Definitely too advanced. Okay, for this one, guys, we're just going to cross our legs and we're going to hands just by your side here and just push down, keeping the legs crossed, using your core to sort of suck this in, and we're going to hold for 5 breaths. 5. Always a quick 5 breaths there. Amit's just saying as well, if you can't do this and sort of raise yourself up, what you could do here is use a couple of blocks either side just to hold on to, and it'll just create more of a space below you. Or if you don't have blocks, I would just keep my legs crossed, but I would be pushing here and just trying to raise my sit bone off the floor, so at least you are doing some pushing. So if you're a very beginner, this is completely fine. And then you would just move on to try and bring those legs up at the same time. Moving on to our next pose, Amit. I think, so we jump back and jump through. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Looking ahead, squat. And what we're going to do, so you can jump your feet between your hands. I'm going to jump, bring my knees in, cross, release through, extend, and sit down. Let's. Moving on to Baddha Konasana. Feet together, butterfly position, so your feet together, soles of your feet together. Just pull those heels in slightly, and your spine wants to be straight here. And then with the inhale here, and then exhale, we're just going to come down. And would you use your elbows to push down here as well, Amit, or not? Or are you just coming forward? So inhaling here, and then exhaling, folding forward. And you can sort of bring your elbows to your calves, or sort of to the inside of the legs, and just gently push down. 5 breaths here. And 5. And here, slowly coming back up. Is there a B to this? Okay, and now B. So if you can do B, it would be touching the crown of your head onto your foot. But if you can't do that, I would just repeat A. So inhale here, sat up straight, and then exhale, fold forward. And you could also sit on a block as well if you like here. Five, inhale, coming back up, and we're going to cross our legs and go for another jump back, jump through. Oh, actually, sorry, C, we need to move on to C. Okay, this one, remember, butterfly position. C is sat up straight, and then locking your chin here, 5 breaths. Five. Then we cross our legs and go jump back, jump through. I'm just checking the time, and my laptop's actually saying it's running low on battery. Please give me just a moment there. I need to go and grab a laptop charger. Need to stop by everyone didn't go on through with me. I'm back. And I bring a laptop charger. My battery is just about to go dead. If the laptop goes dead, there's no live session.